up, beautiful people? It's your girl Christy Mack and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a great topic from a subscriber named Rodney, and he wants to know, he's kind of curious to know how I keep my lab numbers in check, especially when it comes to my creatinine. So if you guys know anyone that could benefit from these types of talks, make sure you send them to my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be notified when I post my next kidney video. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, thank you, Rodney, for the question. This is a very important topic, and I'm happy to share my approach with all of you guys today. So keeping your lab numbers like your creatinine level in check is crucial for your overall health. Creatinine is a marker often used to assess your kidney function. If it's too high, it can indicate issues with kidney function. So when it comes to me, I prioritize a few things. Let's talk about my personal approach. So having a well-balanced diet and staying hydration is key. So for me, like I said, I have already changed my diet. This is something that I spoke about in a previous video. I've changed my diet over 2 years. Not saying that you need to change your particular diet, but I just looked at my numbers, where I was at, and what I was trying to accomplish for myself physically, and I just figured I needed a change. So I changed my complete diet. Right now, currently, I do eat fish, but I don't eat chicken, pork, beef. I don't eat any of that currently. Not saying that I would never eat it, but I'm just saying right now, for over the last 2 years, I have not eaten any of that. Now I do eat fish. I try to find as much vegan and vegetarian dishes as possible, because I know that meat takes a while to process and it's a little harder on the kidneys. And I've even heard my doctor say, listen, before I do anything, I do speak to my doctors first. I never just jump and make a decision. So don't ever make a decision without consulting your doctor. But for me, I spoke to my doctor and they were cool with me going towards fish and making sure that I get enough protein in my diet. And again, I get labs done every so often, so I'm able to tell and assess where I'm at. Now, also being hydrated is the most important thing. See this right here? I do this. This is what I work on daily. Not only do I have to, I was told by my transplant team that if I'm not doing much, if I'm not, working out a lot, I don't have to guzzle down this much. But if I'm very active, like I am right now in the space that I'm at, where I'm going with fitness and I'm working out, and I need this. This is good for your kidneys. So you guys who are watching, Rodney, I'm not sure if you've seen that video, but in the beginning of my journey, I almost had to do a kidney biopsy because my creatinine levels started creeping up. And they were a little worried about that. And so for me, I had to figure out, okay, I don't want them poking at my new kidney at all. And so what do I need to do? My doctor sent me home. She was like, listen, go home and get hydrated. Drink as much water as you can. Now you can overdo it, but I knew what she meant. So I went home and I started drinking water, but I also started doing research to figure out what was good for my kidneys. And something that I don't think I've ever talked about on my channel before that I have incorporated, and this has been for a long time now, is that I drink pure cranberry juice, right before I'm about to get testing, right? So coming up 3 days before I know I'm about to do some testing, my labs, I start drinking pure cranberry juice. It's not the best tasting. Actually, it's nasty as hell, okay? It's sour, it's disgusting. It's in a glass bottle and it is expensive. So I drink that and I just drink it throughout the day for the 3 days. And even before the day of my test. It's not the sweet cranberry juice that you guys usually are used to in the plastic bottles. No, this is in a glass bottle, organic, pure cranberry juice. And it does make you feel like you need to urinate a lot because it's running through your system. So I've noticed that my creatinine, that's like my little secret there. I never told anybody that. But I feel like that truly helps me personally, because right before I had to do that biopsy, I drank that cranberry juice. And as you guys could see in that video, That morning, I did not need a biopsy. They said, go home, you're okay. And I was like, had my gown on, I was ready to go, and it worked for me. So maybe try incorporating that. Again, talk to your team, figure out what's best for you, and then you get the okay for that. But I felt like that pure cranberry juice, a well-balanced diet, and drinking a lot of water really played a huge factor in keeping my creatinine levels at a good baseline. So right now, my creatinine is roughly at a 0.8. It has gone up to a 1 before. When it was higher than a 1, I believe it was like a 1 point something. That's when they were like, listen, we need to look into the biopsy. But I brought that sucker right back down. So really my baseline for the Emery system is 0.8 to 1, which is really good that I heard. A lot of you guys always ask me in my DMs, what's my creatinine level? And it's always between those two levels. It never goes higher. It's been a while, like I said, since that one little scare that I had, it hasn't gone that high. And if it does start to creep up a little bit, even if it gets to like 0.9, I'm already like, okay, I know what to do. I'm gonna need to take my butt to Publix, get me this cranberry, or Walmart actually has it a little cheaper, the cranberry juice, and start hydrating myself, because the next time, and I'll ask them, hey, do you mind just running those labs again when I go in for my next Bella infusion? And they'll say yes. They never say no. They'll say yes, we'll go ahead and run those, and it always works. It goes right back down to normal. So the other thing I do is make sure that I'm going to my doctor's visits. Doctor consultations are very important, because I'm at a stage where I don't only see my transplant team, I have a nephrologist outside. So I make sure that we're creating a good, proper plan. I'm staying on my medications. I'm taking them as required. They're scheduled for certain times. For me, I take my medications at 9 o'clock in the morning and at 9 o'clock at night. And sometimes I'm not perfect by any means. I might fall off. I might do 9:30, or something might happen where I get distracted. But my phone is the best thing, you guys. I put my alarms on. I do what I need to do, because I know that keeping that creatinine level at a good number is what I need to survive. I know that's what I need to do. So I know what it feels like to be on dialysis, and I don't want to go back there. So I'm doing whatever I need to do, but setting up a good plan with my doctor, just figuring out where I'm at, it's vital. Just make sure that you're constantly getting those labs done, and you're making those appointments. If you're at the stage, Rodney, where you are past seeing your transplant, make sure that you have your nephrologist appointments and you're not missing them, and you're going as scheduled. So another thing is just incorporating a healthy lifestyle. You guys already know on my channel that I tell you guys that the true wealth in life is health, because if you don't have health, you have nothing. I don't care how much money you have in this world. If you don't have health, you have nothing. So Rodney, what I really want you to do is work out, really, right? Now, don't go excessive now, because that could be harmful as well. Because if you go too hard, too excessive, it could raise your creatinine level. And I know some of you guys have commented on my videos saying, hey, I was told by my doctor not to work out, which I'm shocked they even said that, but they said not to work out. I think what they really meant is not to go excessive with it, because when you work out really hard and you just going to the max, it can elevate your creatinine level. I mean, that's the reality of it. But if you're doing your daily walks and you're lifting and you're doing certain things and you're speaking to your provider and you're creating an actual plan, I think you'll be okay, right? So making sure at least you're walking, bare minimum walk. I'm at 3 years, more than that actually, 3.5 years in this. And I think the being physically fit has tremendously helped me, kept everything where it needed to be. So not only just eating well, drinking the right things, keeping your stress level down, guys, right? Because all this plays a factor. And just seeing my provider when and taking my medications on time is the best thing that I could have done. And that's how I keep my creatinine levels to like I said, a 0.8 to a 1. So remember that everybody's situation is unique. I got my kidney from my brother. So I don't know if that plays a factor versus somebody that got a kidney from a complete stranger, right? So everybody's situation is different. No two people are exactly the same, right? Again, my background, I have lupus just as well. So there are times where things may fluctuate in my body versus what you may have, Rodney. But I thought what you did by asking this question was amazing. And I love when you guys ask me questions. Continue to bring on these questions because I love making these types of videos. I'm here for you guys. I want to guide you and, point you guys into the right direction. I'm never going to tell you you absolutely need to do that. Absolutely not. I am not your doctor. You need to seek professional advice, but just asking me like my personal situation, I am more than happy to tell you what I did and worked best for me. But create a plan, Rodney. Figure it out. Stay on your regimen, even if you fall off. You guys, even creating a diary. Like I said, I like to journal a lot. I have my journals in my Amazon store. You guys, get a journal. Start writing this stuff down. Write down what you eat. How did your body feel? At that time, the days that you've been working out, what are you lifting? What are you doing? Because now at that time, you don't have to go off of your memory. For me, I don't know if you're anything like me, Rodney, but I got really bad brain fog. So I will forget these types of things. So I have my journal where I write down what I'm doing, what I'm eating, what I'm taking, things of that nature. So when I go in to do my labs and they tell me, okay, your labs is elevated, what are you doing, right? So I had labs that were elevated, my ferritin, I believe, when I made that video for you guys, that was elevated. And I told them, okay, this is what I was doing, but also you guys didn't check for that. So we don't know where I was at. So I was able to go back into my journal and tell them what I've been doing, what I've been eating, what I've changed. And that particular time was, maybe my working out, my protein. And so we went through everything and everybody said everything was good to go and I had nothing to worry about. So I just love that question, Rodney. Thank you so much for, asking that. If you, like I said, guys, if you have any questions, comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I love and I appreciate you guys. See you guys next time.